depth about the hail threat here for North Texas. So as Carl mentioned, when those storms can get a little higher and those cloud tops are higher, we have a little more room to work with and a stronger updraft to get those hailstones getting a little larger. And so that's why we could be looking at hail that is well over golf ball size if that really plays out in these supercells. So here's what's looking at North Texas right now. We have our cold front, our dry line that's going to be rolling through. There is going to be enough of that colder air aloft to support the hail formation that could be over golf ball size hail, especially in and around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, moving up across the Red River, touching parts of Wichita Falls. And we're talking about 2 inches or greater. So again, that's larger than a golf ball, getting up to potentially tennis ball size hail if you can really get those updrafts going. But it takes a lot of work inside these storms to get large hail. It doesn't just happen. So you really have to have a strong updraft to get these stones to be as large as they are. So we need at least 65-mile-per-hour updrafts up to about 80-mile-per-hour updrafts to really get hail that's over that 2-inch in diameter. And a lot of times across the plains and the southern plains, freezing levels can be a little lower as you go up in the atmosphere, so that allows for more of the freezing air above to help those hailstones grow, and you start to get layer after layer, larger hailstones that then come crashing down to the ground. And this is a favorable area for this time of the year to see March hailstorms coming in. So again, for the Dallas-Fort Worth area moving up into Oklahoma City, it's likely that we do see this as we head into late March. So we're going to be watching this closely. So we're talking about the hail, the other modes of severe weather that are possible. But Carl, let's dive into the timing for a place like Dallas tonight.
Yeah, and once again, this is going to be the sort of
at times, a little hazy out there. You also have a chance to see this line come through as that front rolls through the rest of the Lone Star State. We do have a 2 on our Torcon scale for this evening for the San Antonio and Austin area. So again, on the lower end, but a number still means a risk. So we do have that chance for those storms to be a little unruly as we head through tonight. So into tonight, also a chance for that inch or greater with the hail as these start to come through. Again, as I mentioned, could be a little bit past dinner time. So by the time the front rolls into places like Austin, it's going to be well after midnight. San Antonio, between about midnight and 3 a.m., we see this line roll through with the potential of some damaging wind gusts, an isolated spin up, as well as some quarter-size hail or larger rolling through these areas. And this persists into the early part of the morning tomorrow. So again, could be a rough commute for some folks in and around the Austin and San Antonio area before all this kicks out of here. And then, Carl, it starts to roll into Louisiana. Extra tricky when this comes in overnight. So a lot of folks in Louisiana are going to be seeing these storms knocking on their doorstep when it's still dark outside. So, hey, welcome to the Big Easy. Sunny, clear skies making for a gorgeous day today. But, of course, everything changes tomorrow as this rain whips up those thunderstorms overnight into the early morning hours here for southern Louisiana. So it's going to be looking a little more like this as you get up tomorrow morning. Take a look at the timeline starting at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning as we roll through your Friday. There's that line progressing closer to the New Orleans area. So around about 10, 11 o'clock, thunderstorms going to be knocking on your door as we head into the late morning hours into the afternoon, a little more scattered in nature as we go through about lunchtime into your dinner time. So again, some could be a little unruly here across parts of the Gulf Coast. We'll be watching this closely as we head throughout the day tomorrow, as well as into the evening. Most of this rolls on out, and the rest of the weekend looks a little better for you. So we do have that chance for some severe storms, not just for the New Orleans area, but all across the Gulf Coast, from Biloxi, Mobile, through the Florida Panhandle, including a place like Panama City. I expect areas a little farther north into Alabama, even a place like Atlanta, North Georgia, not to be expecting as much in the way of severe weather, but you will get the rain. So most of the severe weather is going to be centered a little closer to the Gulf as this line rolls through. But certainly this front could be packing a punch with the rain, thunderstorms down to the south, as well as some cooler temperatures, kind of a reinforcement as we head into the start of the weekend. There it is, tracking through. So Friday's going to be a wet day for the deep south, an area that's already been so waterlogged. You got more on the way as we head through Friday, and then this all starts to clear up as we head into your Saturday. Before it's all said and done, though, tomorrow morning through Saturday morning, we do have that chance of some flash flooding. Could have some of these storms producing some decent rainfall rates. And as we've been talking about, the south doesn't really need any more rain right now. Man, we have gotten so much rain so far for 2023. Many areas are just waterlogged, so it's not going to take much for some spots to see some flooding, especially as we head into your Friday. There's the rainfall totals. They're not amounting to too much, but again, when you already have so much rain that's fallen in this area, it's not going to take too much to see those problems arise. So maybe 1 to 2 inches there, some higher spots across parts of northern Louisiana, moving through Jackson, Montgomery, even up into Atlanta, and then even parts of North Florida could be looking at a chance for about 1 to 2 2 inches of rainfall there for a place like Tallahassee. So some areas are dealing with the rain, but others, Carl, man, it is not spring yet. It is certainly